Well, there is that chill in the air going on right now. We're getting towards that season. You know what season I'm talking about. I'm not talking about fall. I'm talking about soup season, right? Well, actually, all year is soup season for me. But anyways, about this time of year, September, October, people decide it's time for soup. So I'm going to do an episode on soup. And today I'm going to feature some veggies that my wife brought home on Friday from her Healthy Harvest market that she had last week, which was some nice broccolini and some new golden potatoes. So I figure I'm going to go ahead and make a broccoli, potato, and cheddar soup. There you have it. That's what I'm making today. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how. Hey, let's go and dive right into this. So what's going into our soup? Well, the two stars of this show are the baby golden potatoes and the broccolini. And I got the cheddar going on over here as well. Along with that, I've got some onion here, about a half an onion that I'm going to go ahead and dice up. I've got some stripped up pepper bacon, some salt and pepper, some chicken stock. I got some half and half sitting by. And that's pretty much it. It's a very simple soup. This is one of those go-to soups that you find in most cafes. I know that it was a hit in mine. So, all right, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and dice up the onion, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my potatoes up and my broccoli. We'll get them on the pot here. Actually, we'll saute the bacon first and the onion, and then we'll go ahead and go from there. So let's get this onion diced up. Very simple. I'm not putting a precise cut on this, just a nice dice, maybe 1/4-inch pieces. Let the layers do the work. It's that simple. All right, so for my potatoes, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these in quarters. That's it, because they're so small. I don't need to be dicing these up. I'm leaving the skins on. I love skins on my potatoes, so that's how I'm going to roll. So we'll get all these diced up or quartered up, and then we'll get on to the broccoli. Alrighty, onion, potato, cut up. Now onto the broccolini. Now, what I do with this, I kind of do two different cuts on here. I'm going to remove the flowerets, set them to the side. And I'm also going to go ahead and cut up the stalks, cut them into small like dice, almost like what I would do if I was using celery, which sometimes I do use celery in this, but today I'm not. I want to use these stalks up. So I'm just going to cut the flowerets off, like so. Doesn't need to be fancy. Those on one side of my plate over here. Then I'm going to take the stalks, and I'm going to go ahead and put these onions out of the way. Little small dice on these. I'm going to saute those with my onion on them. That offers a nice little texture to the soup and flavor. A lot of people throw these away. It's like, are you crazy? All the vitamins, the nutrients in here? All right, there we go. I'm going to put those on the other side of the plate because those are going to saute with my onions. Then we'll get the pot over here and we'll start cooking this soup. We'll be back in a second. Okay, all the chopping and prepping is done. I've got my pot on here. I'm going to let that heat up a little bit. Get my bacon in here, saute the bacon, pull some of it out, add the chopped onion with a little bit of butter and the broccoli stalks, and we're going to start doing some real cooking here now. Alrighty, let me go ahead and get this bacon in here. I'm going to cook the bacon until it's fairly brown. Alright, we'll let that go. I'll come back and keep checking on it, giving it a stir here and there, and let's let this render down. Okay, so my bacon is browned up pretty nicely here. The fat is rendered off. I'm going to go ahead and remove my bacon. Set that aside. Look at that, huh? That's what I'm talking about. Now before this gets too smoky, let's go in with my onion. And my broccoli stalks. And if you grab a couple flowerets, no big deal. There we go. Now, go ahead and saute this up. That little font that was on the bottom of the pan here, I don't know if you can see it very well, but that'll break up. That's all flavor. It's already breaking up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and saute the onion and the stalks just until they get a little bit translucent. I'm not going to go in with the stock. I'm using chicken stock. You could use mushroom stock. I wouldn't suggest beef stock, but chicken or mushroom stock or vegetable stock. We'll go in with stock, the potatoes. We'll let the potatoes cook for about between 12 to 13 minutes. Let them get tender. We'll add the broccoli in. Let that cook for about another 5. Then we'll bring it on home with some half and half, some cheddar cheese, and they may thicken it up. We'll check to see how the thickness comes out. So, anyways, let's give this a stir. All right, it's smelling even better. Hey, so while we're sauteing here, coming down in the last few seconds, let me go ahead and do my episode shout out. So this episode shout out dedication goes out to all you sailors that joined the Navy from Idaho. Land of the potato, right? Okay, in Maine too, they have a lot of good potatoes in Maine. Idaho and Maine. Shout outs to you guys and gals. All right. Just about there. Smelling really good. All right, we're gonna go in with my stock. Four cups. That'll also break down any of that fond that was remaining in the bottom of the pan. All right, we're gonna bring that up to a boil. We'll get those potatoes cooking. Like I said, we'll probably gonna go about 12 minutes, and then we'll come back and check on it. Actually, I may check them at 8 to see where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and put a top on this too to help it cook down. So, top on, I'll be back. Alrighty, so I checked them at 8 minutes. They were still a little bit firm. I've let another 3 minutes go by, and let's check these out. So they are tender to the fork, which is good. Now, in with the broccoli. I'm going to go ahead and just cook that with the cover on, because I kind of want to steam this a little bit, only for a couple of minutes, maybe about 3 minutes. I like my broccoli not overcooked, let's put it that way. Overcooked broccoli smells horrible. I mean, ew. Remember the days when that's all you would get? Anyways, all right, I'm gonna put the lid back on, let it steam for about 3 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and add the half and half and our cheese, and we're gonna be in business. Okie dokie, we're back. Broccoli is looking good. I'm just gonna mash this down just a little bit. Just break these potatoes up a little bit, not too much, just enough. It'll help to thicken this up a little bit. I'm not going hog wild on here, because we still have a little bit of cooking left to do here. I want some chunks in my tater soup. Don't want it all mashed up. All too often I'll order this out and just be kind of like, I don't know, mashed potato soup. Alrighty, in with the half and half. And then with a full pint here. Give this a stir. Now you notice I have not added any salt or pepper yet. A couple reasons. The bacon is salty and has pepper, and the stock is also a bit salty. So I'm not going to put any salt, pepper in this until I actually taste it down here in a few minutes. So I'm going to let this cook another 3 minutes with the cream, and then we'll go ahead and add the cheese and let that cook for about another minute or two. I'm going to be in the home stretch. All right, I'll let this cook for a few. Okie dokie. It's been cooking for a couple of minutes. In with our cheese. We'll check the consistency, see if I want to thicken this up at all. And actually, I'll check the taste first, see if I need to add any salt or pepper. I got this feeling in my stomach that I'm not going to need it. And that cheese is thickening this up perfectly. So I know I'm definitely not going to need any thickener. Wow, this is looking great. We're about there. We're about 30 seconds away. All right, the cheese is incorporated nicely. I'm going to bring this down. That's just going to keep it warm. There we go. Alrighty. Let me give this a taste. Just a taste. Look at that. I'll tell you about thickness previously. If it coats the spoon, it's thick enough. I've added no thickener. Basically, the cheese and the potato doing the work there. Like I suspected, needs no salt or pepper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off, bowl some up, and wrap this up. All right, let's do it. I'm having my soup in a mug, and I'm believing that it's going to be really good. I kind of got that feeling. Look at the coloring of that. The cheesiness, the broccoli, the green, oh my God. This is soup season right here. Just try not to get it all over the bowl. Remember that bacon? Sprinkle a little bacon on top. And believe this is going to be good. All right, here we go. That is so freaking good. Wow. The flavors are just crazy. That broccolini, the bacon, the cheese, taters. Man, that's happening. I guess that's why it's one of the most popular soups in America. So, hey, you saw again how easy it is to make this. So if you're a soup lover and you've been wanting to make some soup, there you go. I will post all the ingredients in the description. So hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, but most importantly, share. So until next time, thanks, and we'll see you.